Hello, everybody. Welcome to the pilot episodes for Synergy Center. We are the center of connection, and my name is Dana Strang, master's in exercise physiology, 20 years health and wellness, cutting edge fitness and nutrition. Really here, my mission is to bridge the gap between knowledge, what we know we want to do, and action. Really digestible, fast facts, hopefully in under 15 minutes. I'll try to talk efficiently and effectively so that you get the information you need, right? I've done the research. I've dissected the abstracts. So now I can give you digestible, fast facts. And you can take these things. My vision would be that you could take these things for a happier and healthier you. Okay? If you like what you're hearing, like, comment, and please subscribe. So let's begin. Okay. So today we are chatting on obesity, right? And how to regulate appetite hormones, really kind of address what is happening. I went a little bit on a tangent the other day, rather upset with what I'm seeing with the food industry and, where they have these taste centers and these craving chemists who are really more interested in making you become a heavy user than becoming healthy. And I'm interested in reversing that trend. So that's why I'm here. And that's why we're talking about this. So I'm not interested in fat shaming anybody. You have fat, you aren't fat. Okay. So let's put it that way. I have fat. It's not a state of being. It's a temporary moment in time. Think of it as a snippet, okay? You have fat. You are not fat. So let's get that straight first. Starting there, I'd like to talk about our appetite hormones and some of the things that, we know in science to be true, right? Ghrelin and leptin are the real popular ones. Ghrelin telling us and signaling us that we're hungry. Leptin telling us that we're full or satiated. I can almost say that on a good day, right? They come from the hypothalamus, fancy place in our brain, okay? Those are the signals. And when we have dysregulated signals or signals aren't working right, okay, and that's what certain foods do to us. Unfortunately, they dysregulate our signals, or certain habits do to us. Unfortunately, our body is rather magnificent. It's not what's going wrong that's to marvel at. It's actually everything that's going right now in your body that's to marvel at. The fact that we are upright, walking around, moving, and being amidst all of the things that we're battling is the miracle. So start with appreciation for that for sure, okay? But finding how to get things back into regulation, right? One of the dysregulations is, when I'm talking about habits, like let's say you growing up ate at 9 a.m. every morning, right? Or 7 a.m. was breakfast every morning. Well, guess what? At 7 a.m. every morning, your body is going to drop ghrelin in and tell you that you're hungry. It's an adaptive hormone. Okay. So in order to, and have you ever had it where like maybe you get hungry and then you get busy and you forget about it, and then all of a sudden you're not hungry anymore? Your appetite wanes. Okay. So those are those cycles of ghrelin and leptin and those hormones. Okay. What are the disruptors? Okay. What are the disruptors? And one of them are poor habits. Okay. Another one is chemical constitutions of the things that we're eating that are dysregulating, right? You'll hear a lot of the time that diet sodas create obesity. Why? Because it's a dysregulated signal that's going to your brain, for lack of a better, explanation, that's telling you that you are hungry, right? Your body's getting ready to eat, but nothing's coming. Right? And so you get hungry. Okay. And, we'll talk because really chatting on, the issue is that we're dealing with a 70% obese and morbidly obese population. Whereas 100 years ago, we were at 5%. I don't think, this isn't like, hey, you can take this into your own hands and like control your appetite. We're dealing with serious hormones here. Our central nervous system, right? And what we call our fight or flight parasympathetic nervous system, right? Or our sympathetic nervous system I said that backwards. fight or flight, sympathetic nervous system. Our parasympathetic nervous system is our rest and digest. And so we're dealing with these two, parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems, right? And what's happening and where our habits and where our health has been, where our food and our diets have been, some not even up to us. Okay, so here are some of the things, the tips and the tricks that you can do, right, to help with satiation. Say that 10 times fast. To help feel full, okay? When we deal with rest and digest, we're dealing with something called the vagus nerve. Now, there's something we can do with our breath, right, to help promote homeostasis in the body. That will help when you're trying to, beat a craving, okay? Going for a walk. You always hear wait 20 minutes. Well, there's certain sugar cravings that are way more resilient than that. And that's where I get really upset with the food industry, because they know that. They're turning you into, and it's so crazy because they call it heavy users. Sound like a drug? I think so. Sugar is. So be aware. The first thing is creating an awareness. You can do something, but it's not what you think, right? Okay? Create the awareness. That's going to do immeasurable good in your brain, that you're going to have gratitude for the fact that something can change and it is in your control. It's just not in the control that you think. I wanted to read something to you because here's what you're battling too if you're dealing with obesity and morbid obesity. Okay, I was talking about ghrelin, it's the hormone that makes you hungry. Talking about leptin, it's the one that tells you when you're full. But what they are finding, and this is one of the abstracts in the pathophysiology fancy term, right, is that due to impaired leptin signaling, right, that an unhealthy response, okay, circulating leptin levels and having, an increase in fat, that you have the inability, leptin resistance is what it's called. That's the fancy term. You have an inability for leptin to reach the hypothalamus and tell your central nervous system that you are full, right? So you have a harder time feeling full. And that's crazy, right? That is just over time, your body adapting, right? So, and maladapting, truthfully, poorly adapting. So we're going to get it back into the right space. So one of the things you can do, there's breathing. There's a simple breath work that you can do that really activates through your vagus nerve and helps to calm you down, right? In a couple of ways, it actually adds a little bit of adrenaline, right? Epinephrine, a little bit of cortisol in your body, but that stuff is good too because that helps with appetite. So it's a double inhale and an exhale. Shout out to Huberman Lab because he calls this the physiological sigh. Love him. Love Dr. Rhonda Parker, Dr. James Dinnick. There's so many other doctors out there. Thank you for what you're doing in this field. So big shout out. So breath work, okay? And if you don't want to do it on your own, get into a breath work class. I know it's freaky. Nobody's doing this stuff at Target or Costco, but go to a yoga studio and do it, okay? It'll do a world of good. If not, 25 times, inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, okay? That's one simple thing that you can start implementing. It's going to help put your body into homeostasis. Another real tangible thing that you can do is protein. Higher levels of protein will signal the body to the hypothalamus that you are full. Okay, and that leptin will be released. Now, I obviously have, low sugar alternatives for if you're going to do like a protein whole meal replacement smoothie. I do that twice a day, 3-4 times a week because I'm on the go. Right? And so you need something that's fast and available. So I love that, you can throw in some spinach, some cooked kale, and kind of hide the taste of those things and still get some phytonutrients, which is really good for your brain and stimulates, again, more of a regulated state. The other thing you can do is start taking omegas. Omegas help reduce inflammation in the brain and in the body. If you can start to do that, you're also going to start helping your body regulate its hormones. Okay? Chronic inflamed states are causes, it's called all-cause mortality, fancy term for all causes of death. Inflammation is a killer. Stress creates inflammation in the body, and that's why stress kills, is because you raised inflammation and now you've been put into an acidic state and you are way more susceptible to disease. All of them. Cancers, heart attack, cardiopulmonary, Alzheimer's, all these things. Your cognitive function goes down, your energy goes down. So I can't stress it enough. So those are the things that I would recommend, and I think I was able to get this in under 15 minutes. So fast facts in under 15 minutes. If you have any questions, ask again below. If you like, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all soon.